Dreamcast fans, welcome back. It is Kev. It's been a long time since we've had anything up on the channel, but today we're going to be having a look at this. It is the Dreamcast Striker DC Wireless Gamepad that boasts up to 30 foot of wireless range. So not something I can test because what you can see is literally the extent of my room. But we're going to have a look at this. This is not a review video though. This is a first thoughts because we've received these just around the Christmas period. They made their way over to us here in the UK, and this is the first time I'm getting it out. I'm not going to do an unboxing video because I'm going to be honest. Who wants to watch people opening boxes? But we're going to have a look through, have a look at these, and get some thoughts and compare it to this. So we put one of these out. We put one of these out. We put a video. It was a bit of a. I said in that one, I believe, not a review, just some thoughts. I'm not a good person for reviewing because I'm not very objective. I love anything Dreamcast. A bit of a Dreamcast fanboy. After we put this out, though, I was a big fan of this. This is my original model that I did review in that video. We had a few people saying that they had problems with triggers and some stuff like that, and that they were mostly getting them replaced by retro fighters. I've never had an issue with this. I still move between this and the original pads depending on what I'm playing. I normally tend to find if I'm playing something that I didn't play originally, so I'm not after that retro nostalgia hit, I'll use this, or I'll give it a go at least. Whereas if I'm playing something that I used to play in the day, I near enough always go to the original pad. I do own a couple of other retro fighter stuff. I've got the, let me grab the camera here. So I've got the PlayStation 1 here, the Retro Defender. That is really good. That is my go-to pad for the PlayStation. I do love that that is wireless. And then I've got steel boxed, because they arrived prior to Christmas, the N64. I think that's the Brawler. So I am a fan of these in general, so please factor that into my views and my thoughts. Now, out the box, let's just, does that one need to turn in there? It doesn't. So these should be the wireless receiver that plugs in, and then this should be the pad. So I'm going to get them out and we're going to have a look, see what we think. Right guys, so there we are. We've got everything out. I'm trying to get this better lit by my lights here. I'll put these on the main camera in a minute. It's got this nice little, I did say it's not an unboxing video, but it's got this nice little certificate of authenticity, one of 2,000 units. You will notice, got the black model here. We were sent the black, the standard Dreamcast grey and white, and then I believe it was a blue one that we kind of shipped out among the staff around us for various purposes and for various projects. Feels very similar. Feels a bit lighter. No, it doesn't. Take that back. It feels heavier. Feels heavier than the other one. But everything else feels that. This already feels different to me. That feels like it's almost got like a nice micro switch. Like if you were buying a like a Hori Fight pad, like they did the Mortal Kombat one. They did one on the original Xbox. And you got your receiver. So I'm just gonna show these up. I'm just gonna change camera. Right guys, back after a little bit of a snag, which was with my controller had no charge out the box. So I've had it on charge about an hour. As you can see on the screen though, all synced up now. It's off shot here, but the light is solid, and the light is solid on the unit itself. So the VMU is over in there. Just go check. I have no idea what's on this VMU. I just blew it in for the purpose of testing. So there we are. It's a Japanese one that I've never formatted. But we're going to go ahead and play some games and just see what we think. The D-pad's really nice. The D-pad feels better than this one. It's hard to explain, but it might just be because it's new. But it feels a bit firmer, less spongy. And like I said, I personally am happy with that. With that original model of retro fighters. Right, let's play Canning Spike. We discussed this on the most recent Dreamcast Dream Pod, where we joined with Nick from the Retro Gamer magazine. Right, pressing clear rather than turbo. I didn't even notice they were there. So obviously not used them on the old ones. Right, let's keep everything as is. I don't know. Let's go Cammy. Well, it's been a long while since I played this. I'm not noticing, but I'm going to be honest, I'm not Digital Foundry. I'm not really someone who notices like frame rates or lags. I'm not really good enough at the type of games where input lag or something like that would be noticeable, but I'm not noticing any issues. I don't feel like I'm doing stuff and it's not happening. I cannot remember the controls of this at all. What is that? Is that? I was gonna say, is that something for me to pick up? Nope, it's trying to kill me, isn't it? Right, lock on. There we go. Okay. Right, I'm going to pause that there. Let's see if I can get back to the reboot menu. Firstly, guys, this is one of my modded Dreamcast that's running Dream Shell. It's got the compact flash in it. I couldn't get it to trigger the menus, not for the pad. I can't remember how you're supposed to do that. You're supposed to be able to get it back restarting it. But I have restarted it. Quick power off, power on, and the pad stayed synced. Stayed on, so I'm pleased with that. Let's have a look for something else. Okay, as crazy as this may be, I'm gonna have a quick go on ESPN Track and Field. So this will test. I've not played this in a while, but this will test whether I can spot any type of lag or delay. Fight to win. If you are into button mashers, I'll put a link to this. But we looked at the button mashers available on the system. So myself, Mike, I think it might have been me and Mike on that one. I can't remember if Brian was with us. But we looked at this ESPN Track and Field. We looked at Sydney 2000 and we looked at the Virtua Athlete 2K1. So that has skipped that gloriously 90s, early 2000s intro. So let us do trial mode. This is the one that lets us pick events. I'm going to do something like let's do hurdles. Hopefully this isn't too annoying to you to be listening to. So, in honor of the Dreamcast, I'm going to go Japan. I said this in the other one, I totally get, this is nice. If you buy stuff that comes out on the Dreamcast, I can imagine just enjoying it. I would like to buy another one of these in a different colour, if I'm honest. just because the black, I think the black's a bit boring. It's not too glossy or anything though. It's not the colour I would have chosen if I was picking my own. I'm a bit more of a garish colour scheme person, but this is nice. I do get that it's not got that retro feel. So if you're playing Dreamcast and you want to use a Dreamcast controller, this isn't for you, and I you know, totally get and respect that. Just gonna move. I know I shouldn't be doing this while I'm live, but
get set.
There we go. Look at that. Still got it. Oh. Maybe not. Can I get a medal here? So, 1426, I think that was. That is not good. 10th overall. But I'm not noticing any lag at that. I was just bad at the game. I've not played that in ages, in years. Would normally be under the world record time. But the action's nice. The springback's nice.
You couldn't place.
Let's try another event. This is going to turn into a track and field stream, isn't it? I can feel it. Right. Game select. Now, gymnastics on this was always quite tricky and used the D-pad quite heavily. So let's find, is it gymnastics? Do you know what? It's not unlocked. Let's try horizontal bar. Let's give this a go.
Ladies and gentlemen,
like I said, the D-pad does feel nice.
Start your performance.
This, if I remember right, this is all about timing and then doing the command prompt that comes on screen. So up, down, right. Now I'm going to try and using the thumbstick. So I'm using the D-pad there. Oh, missed that one. Oh. Believe it or not, when I used to play track and field with my friends, despite winning very few of the overall events, I always used to win this, and it always used to result in me winning the overall championship. And that's not going to be good. Yeah, 11th. So normally I would be like instant gold on that, but like I said, it's been a while. I played this for some footage for when we did that book club episode, but that was about it. But yeah, the D-pad's nice. Let us try a real game. I'm not going to come back and it's going to be Spirit Speed, I promise you. Right guys, so there will be some people who know the game that's come on. I'm going to preface this by saying I'm absolutely no good at fighting games. I could play like a tiny bit of Street Fighter, but I've never been any good at this. It's far too bombastic for me, this. But I'm going to do Ryu and let's do Spider-Man, which I imagine is the default go-to unoriginal person's combo. Let's do Turbo. Let's just see how this is. No, so it is a Hall effect stick. The stick does feel nicer. It doesn't feel as loose. Although I should say the stick does not seem to work on this game. Right, so yeah, so the stick is nice. The analog stick. I'm trying. It feels like it's got more resistance to it than like if I use the other one, or if I'm touching the other one there. The buttons feel. I don't remember anyone saying they had a problem with the buttons. It's always those triggers. I don't know. I'm going to be honest. Playing a fighting game using the D-pad is horrible. I can't get absolutely anything to trigger. not how I would use play a game. But I'm a bit mashy, but I'm not noticing any problems. Please in the comments let me know whether you agree that that's fine for that. Too rough for you? I'm just bad at the game, mate. I'm old enough now to admit that. Maybe one day I'll play the training mode on that. But it's not going to be today. Right, I'm going to just jump Dreamcast over. So just bear with me a second. So I'm going to put the dongle in my lovely pink Dreamcast here. And we're going to play a game on a disc. So I need to change my HDMI signal. I can't remember if we're on 9. Right, so there are. Moved across Dreamcast. So I unplugged the dongle, just wanted to see how quick it was. I did need to just press the button to turn it on, but it's worked exactly like the way the Defender does for the PlayStation. Just syncs straight away, which is quite nice. Like I said, there is no time that I've played on this or using this that you have not seen. So these are like the first 10-15 minutes. What have we been going? Oh, I keep stopping the recording. We've been going about 20 minutes.
Hey, come on over, have some. It's party time. Let's
Let's just have a quick go. Play by arcade rules.
Let's go make some crazy money.
Again, game that I love, but I'm not really that good at. So
Go ahead and pick a car and driver.
always BD Joe.
Yeah, we gonna have some fun.
We are going to have some fun.
It's time to make some crazy money. Are you ready? Here we go.
The most recent version of this I played was the arcade machine, which they have at the Northwest Computer Museum in Sunny Lee in Lancashire. I don't know what the meta of this game is, whether you should pick up those people at the top there or not. But I've only just noticed this. It's got rumble. It's got rumble on the pad. It probably tells you that on the bottom. This shows you how kind of tuned out of the Dreamcast scene I've been lately due to like work and other projects. But that is the first that I have noticed that. It's got a nice little bit of rumble. Like you've got the I can't remember the name of it. Whatever Dreamcast called their rumble pack. That was dreadful. Anytime I make a video like this, it increases the amount of respect I have, which is almost always 0, if I'm honest. But for for game streamers, I can't get. Oh my god, 'cause it is difficult to play and talk on an arcade title like this. I'm going to be honest. I don't like the rumble on this. That would put me off from playing this. I don't like rumble or vibration on any game. It just makes my hands feel weird. If you enjoy it, that's that's up to you. I do have the Elite controller, or whatever it's called, for the Series X now. And I have a little bit of that on it because I have it so fine-tuned that it's almost existent just for the games where there's like a lock pick or there's some kind of game mechanic that is needed for. Or apart from miles away there. Where are we going? AFC. We will be on our way. Let's go, BD. But yeah, this is nice. Like I say, other than not being a fan of that, so I will check and I'll update. Can you turn that off? There you are. At least in this game, the vibration is an option, so it can obviously either see it and address it or not see it. So redeems itself for me there. But early indications, I will do a proper review of this. But these kind of first thoughts, let me get rid of this. Let me go back to main cam. Is I am liking this. Okay, so look, it's just started flashing to show that it's lost sync with a unit. But yeah, it's a nice pad. Preference-wise, I would prefer it to have for them to do some different visual styles. So that's the PlayStation one. Or I'm gonna be honest, I did like the grey color scheme of this because it looks like the original. This just kind of looks like a different pad. It is a shame that the cord to see the VMU is so short. I'm gonna imagine that's a cost. I can take this out now, actually, yeah, isn't it? But the VMU is a for me is a part of what's great about the Dreamcast. I've mentioned before what I do for a living when I'm not talking about Dreamcasts. And I took my Dreamcast last year into the school I worked in, and the kids were loving this. They were absolutely obsessed with this, to the extent that I brought another couple in, and they were just constantly taking them in and out, playing with them, looking at them, blown away, wanted to know why more consoles didn't have something similar. So I do kind of miss that it's not there. That it does feel like it's not the Dreamcast, which sounds a bit strange. But in terms of a piece of kit, I think it's really cool, and I will use that. I will use this. I will do a more in-depth review, but I would use this going forward a lot, probably a lot more than the original pad, for things like I do play on the I have a Dreamcast down here. Well, I have two down here. I have another one upstairs, and I have another one around the house. So the one upstairs in the living room, I do use an extension cord, because where the chairs are so far away from the TV, and it's not like an extravagant amount. I live in a terrace house, but you do need that extra length on the cable. So having a Bluetooth receiver, so you could be having a wireless pad even, would be really useful for setups like that. Or again, if you're cramped or you've got an odd setup like mine where the console is in front of you, it's useful for that. So in summary, it's just a quick overview. Most of you have probably already got yours. If you've not got one and you are on the fence or you're thinking about it, let us know in the comments or on our blog or on our Discord what it is that's holding you back. And then when we do the full review and we get the written review up, we can maybe look to try and address some of those points. But like I said, I never had a problem with this. I know some people did, but the triggers do feel different. The stick feels at the minute nicer, and the D-pad, so it does feel like it's had some refinement and some feedback changes to them. So I do really like that. So overall, I'm a fan of this so far. I don't think from my initial playthrough or from what I've seen of other people's thoughts online that that's necessarily going to change.